The following material is fictional and is not intended to be an accurate representation of current events.
Good morning. Welcome back to Foxy Newsroom. New developments have been made today by federal leaders who are saying that the current state of our economy's oil resources will leave major deficits within the budget for this year. Although no official news has broken, these cuts will have a drastic effect on the child and family provincial budgets. Sudbury's MPP Glenn Thibeault has more information.
The state of our economy's oil industries is a very unfortunate situation. We will not be making as much revenue through taxation as we had originally projected for this fiscal year, and unfortunately, there will have to be budget cuts. It is unfortunate, and we hate making cuts in any department. However, as many of us are aware, we are currently an aging population, and there will be an increasing strain on our healthcare system. Therefore, it is important that we allocate funds to support this extra weight that will be placed on our healthcare system. Since families have statistically been getting smaller and are waiting longer to have children, it makes the most sense that there may be potential cuts within this sector. But nothing is set in stone yet.
Well, there you have it, folks. To give us some insight about the local demographics on families and children within the Sudbury area, here's our statistician, Brooke.
Thanks, Alyssa. If you think about it, so many factors will be affected if these cuts are made to the child and family sector. I hope that this is not true. We need to strengthen our families, not increase their hardships. First, I'm going to talk about a few provincial statistics before I turn my attention locally. Currently, it can be seen that in Ontario, 1 in 7 children are still living in poverty, with those marginalized children, such as those who have a disability, those who are immigrants, those who are racialized, those who are First Nations, and those who live in female-led lone parent families being at an increased risk. Only 1/3 of these children have parents who work full-time throughout the year. The rest work precarious part-time jobs, if they're lucky, which makes them ineligible for EI. In fact, only 37% of those needing EI qualify for it. Without EI and not enough money from social assistance, these families are suffering. This is ridiculous considering on average, Ontario's highest income earners make 12.5 times more than the lowest. Where is the equality? Family income has a powerful influence on children's chances for success, so why are we even thinking about making more cuts that will drastically affect our future? To demonstrate the effects of this inequality locally, I will now turn everyone's attention to 2 maps of Sudbury. Both maps, representing 2 overarching sections of the city, indicate which areas are least deprived, those areas in green, and which areas are most deprived, those areas in pink. The gray you see is neutral, and the white signifies no data. Comparing the least deprived of the city with the most deprived, it can be seen that not only are there economic variances, but there are also major health differences. This next chart demonstrates this very well. As you can see, individuals living in the most deprived circumstances, the pink, indicate 20% overall lower levels of health. Although this discrepancy should not exist, it does not even compare to the stark 139% higher mortality rates, 205% higher teen births, 102% higher obesity rates, 226% higher intention self-harm ED visits, 242% higher intentional self-harm hospitalizations, 341% higher mental health episode ED visits, and 288% higher mental health episode hospitalizations. It's no wonder this city is outraged. Well, Alyssa, back to you. I hope that this has shed some light on the matter and will encourage political leaders to rethink these cuts.
Well, there you have it, folks. Other cities throughout Ontario are also struggling with the upcoming potential budget cuts. Stakeholders in the Children's Aid Society network have joined forces to pressure Minister of Child and Youth Services, Teresa Peruza, to stop cuts and restore services within the sector. Because of a budgeted $4.7 million cut to funding over the next 4 years, the Hamilton CAS is laying off 20% of staff in several prevention programs. On a local front, families and social services here in Sudbury are outraged. In order to fight this proposed budget cut, a rally and protest will be held this morning at Laurentian University. We now go live to the scene where reporter Haley Bim covers the story.